This time on the show, can we borrow a cup of Wi-Fi? Darren shows us how to relay a wireless signal with a Yagi antenna and a software-based access point. Ubuntu 11.10 is out, and with it, a new version of Unity. Does it suck? And where's the bottleneck on your network if your cable modem is 30 megabits and your wireless router is supposedly 54? All that and more, this time on Hak5.
This segment of Hak5 is brought to you by GoToAssist Express. Hello and welcome to Hak5. My name is Darren Kitchen.
And I'm Shannon Morse.
This is, of course, your weekly dose of Technolust.
I feel like I have to sneeze.
It's a fantastic episode this week. Tune in to see if Shannon's gonna sneeze.
Wait, I'll stare at a light. Okay.
All right.
Oh, that's a really bright light.
We have some exciting stuff happening.
We do. You know what? I am so excited for my review of Ubuntu.
Oh, so you've been digging on 11.04, but I know you switched to GNOME, and now 11.10 is out.
Yes.
It's Unity time. All right. All right. I've been still getting settled into my new place.
Yeah, you just moved.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
To the water side.
I love it.
Awesome.
It's so peaceful.
That's so cool. I'm kind of jealous.
One of the things that it didn't have, though, was, well, we'll talk about it in a bit. I'm having some Wi-Fi troubles. You know how it is when you're like, you call like the cable company, and they're like, oh yeah, sure, we're gonna be there sometime between Monday at 9 a.m. and Thursday at midnight. So just hang out.
Just hang out that entire time. Never leave your house.
Yeah.
Just become a hermit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get any goodies? I get
did.
excited
You know
about the
what?
A block now that everybody is 548 Market Street, number 39371, San Francisco, California, 94104.
This is a goodie sent from a fan. Or two. For me.
Oh, what?
Ha ha.
No hardware for me?
No, it's kind of not hardware for once. Okay, this is from, here, you can read this.
All right. Ooh, this is courtesy of Nicholas and Felice. And they say, hi, these earrings are a gift for Shannon. We make them and sell them in our Etsy shop. Oh, nice. Nicholas and Felice.etsy.com. We love the show. Thanks so much, guys. What are they?
So cute.
Oh, it's a shebang.
It's a shebang.
Or from last week, it's an. You got that, Paul? It's an Octothorpe bang.
Oh, yes, it's an Octothorpe bang.
You gonna get your coding on now?
There we
Read some
go.
Bash scripts in Unity with your earrings?
Huh, I don't think so.
I could maybe rock. I have one like poster.
Oh,
here.
please no.
No
Give that
dangly
back.
on
It's
the
mine.
cartilage.
It's mine. So they have an Etsy? I'm going to have to check
Yeah, they
that
have
out.
an
What
Etsy.
is it?
Yeah, Paul got it in the lower third.
Oh,
and that
cool.
is awesome.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
We love geeky jewelry.
I can't find it. Okay.
Well, hey, I've got exciting news to share with you.
What's your exciting news?
Because you know how we came out of DerbyCon, and then coming up we've got ShmooCon, and we've got all these cons coming.
Yes.
I've got a con I'm very excited about.
Wait, what is it?
In Austin, Texas, I will be giving a panel at South by Southwest.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, I just found out my panel was picked.
Does that mean we're going this year?
Yeah, it means we're going to South by Southwest.
I'm so excited! How dare you
I didn't
leave
tell
me
her
in
in
the
the
dark
pre-show.
about this, you a-hole?
So anyway, yeah,
That's
this is going to be exciting.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I've never been.
We've
I can't wait to go.
never really had a reason to go to South by Southwest because
Yes,
it's
but
not
now
really
that
our...
we are putting up Wi-Fi Pineapple Mark IIIs hidden in remote locations all throughout Austin in preparation for the panel where we talk about owning noobs, it's going to be so good.
He's
so
full
good.
of it. He's joking. I promise.
I'm being serious. Anyway, no, I'm going to be talking about, things like just breaking the inherent trust model and, computer-human relations and things of that nature.
Well, that's really exciting.
Yeah, I don't know
can't
what that
wait to
means
go.
for CES, but I know that we can definitely swing
They're at
Austin.
different times. So
They are?
we're, yeah.
Okay.
South by Southwest is in
We'll
March,
book
I
our
believe.
flights now. They'll be cheap.
Yeah.
We hope.
That'll be a first.
We'll drive to Austin.
Book flights ahead of time.
We'll get on our motorcycles. Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you have going on this week?
So what I've got going on, it's basically I moved, okay?
Right.
Everything's in boxes, and I think, like my place, I think I left my wireless access point somewhere. I was unboxing, I built all of my IKEA furniture and set up my TV, and all I want to do after I do all that is I just want to sit down with a beer and watch some Netflix.
Understandably so.
Unfortunately, Netflix doesn't play on Linux.
Oh, really?
But thankfully, I have a new Windows box, even though I swore off Windows. So what happened was, you guys have seen this computer throughout the last season, and I love this box. This is, everybody asks, it's a Acer Aspire Timeline X 1830T. It's the i7 model. Shannon has the i5, i3.
i5.
It's a great machine. Unfortunately, there was an accident involving the LCD screen and a cat or something, and that's it. That's all I've got. So I was in the midst of this Pineapple 3 research, and I'm like, I need to get back up and going like right now.
Yes.
So thankfully, it's on Amazon Prime, and then I can have one overnighted. I mean, it was like a huge, like, I had to just kind of swallow that expense because I don't have time to like get a new screen. And so now I do have time because I got the exact same model, and I swapped the hard drives, and I'm back up and going like everything's new. So I put the hard drive that came with this in my broken one, which of course has Windows. And now I have a machine that has a broken screen, yet it's an i7, and like I'm like, dude. So I'm unpacking, and I'm like, where did I leave my wireless access point? Well, we've got a Yagi antenna. These are great. This is a 16 dBi antenna. I'm using it with my favorite, the Realtek 8187L. This is the best wireless adapter, and you just toss that in with one of these guys. And now your wireless antenna is directional, so I can like point it at Paul right into his brain, and 2.4 gigahertz access points coming out of his mind. But so basically,
Of course.
I set this guy up, and normally I do this in Linux with like Kismet or something like that. But basically what I'm going to be talking about is how with the Realtek 8187L drivers for Windows and the Yagi antenna, I was able to kind of point my antenna around the neighborhood until I found my access point.
All right.
I'm so forgetful. I think I must have renamed the SSID to Linksys, but it was down the street, and I've got a 91% link quality with it. 3 megabits a second. It's not great.
Okay.
This will
Well,
hold me over until I get my until the cable guy comes out.
well, you have fun with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go, play with Ubuntu,
Okay.
and you have fun with
I'm in Windows.
your yoga antenna or whatever that
It's
thing
not
is called.
yoga.
It's yoga.
It's like Yagi. Being in IT and not using the right tools to get the best results from your clients is like a surgeon not using the best, most reliable medical equipment. How can you expect your clients to work with you? And that's why I use GoToAssist Express by Citrix. It's the best remote support tool. GoToAssist Express is designed with speed and usability in mind and makes it easy to get in, diagnose, and resolve the problem fast. In fact, GoToAssist Express users report an average of 40% increase in productivity. It's like getting 7 days worth of work out of a 5-day work week. And with unlimited use, you can support all you want for one flat fee. I've used remote support tools for years, and GoToAssist Express is the best. So fast, so reliable. Start using GoToAssist Express today, and you'll see why it's the leader in remote support. Right now, Hak5 viewers can try it free for 30 days. Visit gotoassist.com/HAK5. Again, that's gotoassist.com/Hak5 for 30 days free trial. Now, I'm not actually going to give a tutorial on ward driving. I think that would be a little 2001 era. But I did want to talk about a really cool new feature that's both in Windows Server 2008 R2 and Windows 7 that's kind of like a hidden feature. I found out about this at DerbyCon when I was talking to Robin Wood. He found out about it at BrewCon, awesome conference in Brussels if you're interested in hacking and beer in Brussels. And basically, there's a really cool kind of, I wouldn't say hidden feature, but it's not very well documented, and it's a really neat addition to the wireless LAN service that we put a payload together with a rubber ducky to kind of like do a little backdoor on some noobs' computers with. But basically, it's a new service that both virtualizes the physical wireless adapter, so it can be used by multiple virtual adapters, and will create a software-based access point or a soft AP, or like if you're on the Linux side, like host AP, you may be familiar with things of that nature. And this is really great because it allows us to basically create an infrastructure-based access point or a personal area network out of our Windows laptop. I know, because ad-hoc networking, that was so never fun. Anyway, now only one physical wireless adapter can actually be used with this new feature. So if you actually have multiple wireless adapters present, only one's going to be virtualized. Like on my machine, I have the internal one, and then I've got my Realtek guy. So, there's that. Otherwise, it's the soft AP, it does have a couple of limitations. It's not going to resume after sleep mode. It's not going to come back after hibernate or a reboot. I mean, you could set up like some batch files to make that happen. But essentially, out of the box, the way the feature works is it's not supposed to replace your wireless access point in your home. That said, if you're a hacker and you kind of want to, the way that I think about this is, Microsoft put this feature together so that you can easily do a personal area network. Kind of like you like with the T-Mobile wireless hotspot guy, you could do internet connection sharing and use this to kind of share your Wi-Fi or your 3G or whatever you have, your tubes, with some other clients. The way that I think about this hacker-wise is, well, great, now, if I can get physical access to somebody's machine with a rubber ducky in like 10 seconds, I can lower the firewall with NetSH firewall set op mode disable and enable a wireless access point on their computer that I can then connect to and have direct access to them so I can own them up from wherever. Unfortunately, it isn't persistent, but like I said, you can do some fun stuff with registry or some batch files to make that, to overcome that limitation. But there are a couple of others, like specifically, DNS isn't something that it's going to do by default. It has a DHCP server, so it's going to assign an IP address to connecting clients, but by default, it doesn't do a DNS server. So unless you're using the internet connection sharing service on that machine, which is pretty cool that Windows does come with that. It's kind of like setting procnet IPv4 forward to 1. Anyway, now when connecting to a wireless host network from another Windows 7 machine, the FQDN resolution actually isn't enabled by default unless you select a private network from the network category pop-up. That's only from like a Windows 7 client. That's that pop-up where you see it's like, is this a work network or a public network or a private network or whatever. So just make sure you choose one of those. Otherwise, the soft AP or hosted network, it's obviously very different from ad hoc wireless networks. The soft AP runs in infrastructure mode, like I said, and it provides DHCP. And if an ad hoc service, though, is turned on, it's actually going to destroy the soft AP. So those two, they don't like each other. They're not friends. They didn't even talk to each other in college. They wouldn't look at each other. It was really sad. Anyway, unlike ad hoc, though, the soft AP, this is so great, must enable WPA pre-shared keys with AES encryption. So, a little bit secure, not bad. And to set up internet connection sharing, like I said, with this feature, you do need to set up the public interface as your Ethernet or your wireless adapter, whatever it is that you're using to get on the internet. And that's the beautiful thing about virtualizing the adapter now is you could get on the internet through the same adapter and share it out through that since it's virtualized now. So anyway, then you set the private interface to the virtual adapter hosting the soft access point. Now, there's actually no GUI to get this set up, the hosted network or the soft AP in Windows 7. So to see all of the available settings, though, just open up an administrative command prompt. I actually have the Realtek 8187L driver set up right here, and this is what I typically use to use my Yagi antenna with my my card here to go ahead and connect to other access points down the road, my Linksys that I accidentally left in someone else's house. But through this tool, I can actually create a soft access point. Say if I had 2 of these adapters, that would be great, but I don't. I have one adapter from a Yagi and I have one inside my laptop, and that's what we're going to use here. So I'm going to pull up my command prompt. Actually, I'm going to open up a administrative command prompt, and A, and then left, and then yes, and boom, we just bypassed UAC with the keyboard. All right, so what we need to do is run netsh WLAN /?, and we can see all of the parameters available to us. We can add, delete, connect, we can export, we can set, and set is what we are most interested in right now. So to find out all of the settings that we can set, we can actually issue netsh set /?, and we can see, whoops, netsh WLAN set /?. And we can see here that hosted network is one of those profiles. Now, if we actually do same thing, set hosted network /?, we get a couple of examples, and you can see down here mode equals allow, SSID equals whatever you want, and then the key to equal whatever you want that key to be, which is great. So we're going to go ahead and create a new hosted network with the SSID of noobcake and the key of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll go ahead and issue. Let me clear the screen. Oh wait, it's CLS and DOS. Wow. So we're going to issue netsh WLAN set hosted network, and then we set our mode to allow, our SSID to noobcake, our key to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're all set. And we can see that the SSID of the host AP has been successfully changed. We've set up our passphrase. It's been set to allow, so we're all set to go. Now, to turn it on, we do netsh wlan start hosted network. And the hosted network has been started. And here's one of the beautiful things about this. If I come down here to the bottom right and actually look for SSIDs, I'm not going to see NoobCake, or at least not from the wireless access point that I am. I see NoobCake here, and that's because that is from my Yagi-based antenna and not my non-Yagi based antenna, because I do have 2 adapters, but most machines don't have 2 adapters. So essentially, your victim in this case won't see that they are broadcasting an SSID of NoobCake, and you can do them another favor and do netsh firewall set op mode disable. And there you go. Turned them into a wireless access point, turned off the firewall. Who wouldn't be happy in this case? I mean, I know I am. This is pretty fantastic. So using this kind of setup, and I know it's on Windows, there's a way better way to do it on Linux, and I will show you guys because we are going to build a wireless access point from scratch with some cool hardware. It's just really tricky as to what hardware. With the Windows side, this is only Windows Server 2008 R2 and Windows 7. Any device that has the Windows 7 logo has to have this feature. So this is kind of like a new thing, and it's really interesting. So you may run into some compatibility issues, though. If you have like an older, like, I don't know, PCMCIA or something card for your wireless access point, or your wireless antenna, or adapter, or whatever it may be. But just bear in mind that if it's like any like laptop with Windows 7 is most likely, in fact, it wouldn't get the Windows 7 logo if it didn't have compatible hardware. So, you know, I'd say most of your victims are just going to go down like that. So that's the exciting thing about that. There's actually a payload on usbrubberducky.com to just do this in a few seconds. I'm using it for good to share out my Linksys SSID I left down the street. But that's great, because now all my devices in my house can connect through this Windows laptop. I'm looking forward to hearing your feedback from this. I know there's a million different ways to do it in Linux. We're going to be building one of those, like I said. But otherwise, hit up feedback@hak5.org. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll be back here in just a bit with some more from Shannon and Unity. I'm just going to go sniff some packets. Hey guys, I'm very excited about a new project that I've been working here on Hak5. Actually, it's the 3rd generation of the Wi-Fi Pineapple. I wanted to give you a sneak peek, and if you want to see it, if you want to hack it, we've got a very special Crack the Code challenge slated for this November the 6th. That's a Sunday. Go over to hak5.org/challenge and register, because we're only going to be able to take some of the first few registrants because we have a very special challenge set up with some boxes with some virtual machines, some USB adapters to pass through to those, and a fun Wi-Fi challenge that I think you're all going to like. We'll have a recap in an episode following, and I just wanted to kind of, give a little tease about the version 3 coming out real soon. And if you want to play with it early, if you want to maybe even win something Pineapple related, I don't know. It's Crack the Code challenge. It's crazy. You never know what's going to happen. It'll be a lot of fun. Head over to hak5.org/challenge and get yourself signed up.